As we head into this busy holiday season, a lot of people going to be out doing some gift shopping, whether it's for yourself or maybe for one of those people in your lives that you feel like you want to give something extra special. And that also includes a lot of technology. There's so many new gadgets out there. So here to break it all down with us is Matt Swider. He's with The Shortcuts. And Matt, I know we've talked tech deals so many times, but this is a special time because there are so many different deals that are out there. So what are you keeping an eye on here this holiday season?
Yeah, anything that people really want that is dropping in price, people have a penchant to buy stuff at this point, and that includes phones, includes smartwatches. I got the new Apple Watch Ultra on me. That's really fancy. I like that. And earbuds. Earbuds are a big seller, especially true wireless earbuds. You got the Samsung Galaxy Buds here. You got AirPods on sale at their lowest price. So everything's at an all-time low because, inflation is really a problem for people. But they're looking for good deals, and retailers kind of want to be able to sell stuff that has been sitting there on shelves.
So we think about us waiting for these deals. It's going to be happening now with not only Black Friday, then we also have Cyber Monday coming up. I do want to mention Small Business Saturday, but let's just talk about some of these things that we should be looking for to be released on all of these shopping dates.
Yeah, so far we see TVs at really good prices. Usually around $400 for a 65-inch TV. That's a really good deal. If you can find a deal that's better than that, I would actually be cautious of that because it's usually an HD TV and not a 4K TV, and the quality isn't nearly as good. There's one out there for 55 inches that is $100. You can tell that that's probably not going to be a great TV. So $400 is the sweet spot. It's not going to be the best 4K 65-inch TV out there, but Walmart has one on sale for $398, just under that $400 price point. That's exceptional. It's an LG TV. It's not LG's best, but it's definitely if you're not a videophile, you won't tell the difference. So definitely go for different retailers than you're used to. Walmart's really good. Amazon's great. Best Buy is fantastic, but there's ones like B&H Photo has really good Mac deals, and people may not have heard of that place. It's a New York store that's also online. So definitely shop around. Macy's sometimes has good Apple Watch deals. So I'm waiting for the price to drop there on some Apple Watches.
Well, I was going to say, a coworker was like, oh, ask about Apple Watches, because there are certain things that, sometimes you put off purchasing, even if it's just for yourself, until you come around to some of these holiday specials. So is there going to be some deals for her out there?
Absolutely. So the Apple Watch, especially older models, they'll do even better than the new Apple Watch Ultra that I have. As fancy as this is, there's fewer deals out there. You can still get some deals. You can still get like $50 off if you really look around. But that one's going to be snapped up quickly when it does go on sale. So it may not stick around forever. But the Apple Watch 8, which also came out at the same time as the Apple Watch Ultra, and the Apple Watch 7, some retailers still have stock of that. So that's going to be something to get. And then, these phones have great trade-in credit. So if you trade in for this phone, you have your older phone, and then you get a foldable phone like this, Samsung is offering like almost an entirely free device if you have enough trade-in credit. So definitely looking for trading in your old gadgets that are going to collect dust anyway. And that's the way to save a bunch of money.
I know there's so many kids out there who now love to get, those drones or specialty GoPros. And what kind of tech deals do you suggest for parents to look into if their kids are kind of into some more activities that aren't just my age with Barbies?
Yeah. So these are great devices, both drones and GoPros, to get people, out of the house. They're not looking at the iPad constantly. They're not on the computer. So drones are great. A lot of safety concerns with that stuff in terms of like where you can fly it. So I, rarely fly my drone, but I have a bunch of them in my office. But those are usually discounted. Amazon and B&H Photo are good examples of where to buy that. But the GoPro, if you actually shop at GoPro.com, they have, it's almost like $100 off, or essentially $50 off by spending $50. So they have a really good exclusive deal if you join their GoPro.com subscription. So essentially you're getting $50 off at least. So that's like shopping direct at retailers. Samsung's another one where if you shop directly at the retail store, you'll save a bunch of money. So, and I try to point people in the right direction of both my Twitter and the website to try to go for the lowest possible price because they always fluctuate.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned your Twitter. That's how we became friends. We've talked about that before here on Live Now, because you originally, I started following you. We were in that shortage of those gaming consoles that were so popular after they were released, but unfortunately they were only releasing small amounts at different random times. Are we going to be seeing still a shortage of some of these different gaming consoles or other technology that people might be looking for?
Yeah, it's still not easy to get a PlayStation 5. The Xbox is a little bit easier. But the PlayStation 5 right here, still giant and still a giant pain to try to find in stock. But it's mostly people wanting it without a video game attached to it. So retailers have been very crafty. There's no price increase for the PS5 in the US, at least. There was in other countries. But Sony is now selling the console with the game or with a game, and it might not be the game you want. So trying to find it at MSRP, very difficult, but I put an alert out there, kind of like you mentioned on Twitter all the time. So people started following me at Matt Swider and turning on notifications, and then trying to get the console from the links I put out there. And it's mostly people not knowing where to turn. So I kind of tell them where and when to buy it.
Well, and that's what you help do too. You break down all of these different new things that are kind of coming out on the market and on the edge of the newest technology with the shortcut. So we appreciate you. But you mentioned too, like when it comes to some of these deals that seem too good to be true, there's obviously a lot of warnings that you want to make sure viewers know about, especially surrounding these sales that we're going to be seeing pop up.
Absolutely. There's a lot of scams out there. So that's why I try to steer people away from and warn them that if it's too good to be true, it usually is, and never send money through Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo to people that you're not really familiar with. So that can be very troubling because now during this time of year, there's a lot of scams out there. It's you need heightened awareness. The second less nefarious thing than the scams is that you want to make sure it's an actual price drop and not wait for the price to get lower. I know a lot of people do that, and I've done that myself in the past. I said, okay, it's Cyber Monday, or it's Black Friday. When that happens, I'm like, maybe it'll get cheaper on Cyber Monday. That is the number one mistake that people make. You can go and purchase the thing again if it drops in price even further, but you can't go back in time and get the original discount if it actually goes up in price, or if it sells out, if it's a hot product and there's nothing left of, like, say, an iPad at $100 off, like you're out of luck if that sells out. So always purchase it. You can always cancel the item, the original item that you purchased on Black Friday, or take it back if it's already shipped to you and just purchase it again. So I would suggest, acting on deals when you see them.
Yeah, you don't want to be one of those people with the regrets for not getting it sooner. And especially when you think about too, some of these items might be in shorter supply. So if you don't get it on one day, and you wait, it could be out of stock the next time around.
Yep, been there, done that. And, I regretted that decision on my first iPad, the first year I got an iPad, and I paid $20 more than the price that was listed on Black Friday. And I waited until Cyber Monday, and that ended up being a mistake. So definitely try to get one that's at least $100 off. You can definitely find those deals out there, but it may not last forever.
So speaking of some of these new hot items that are going to be out there with maybe some good deals on them, anything else you want to let us know about it that we might want to look further into when it comes to this gift giving season?
Yeah, a lot of the PlayStation stuff. I have this thing. There's a game called God of War that is very, very popular right now. It's one that people are familiar with, and they're Sony came out with a bunch of accessories like this limited edition controller. That's very popular, very hard to get, but regular controllers are $50 in price right now, and they're usually $75 MSRP. So that's a really good deal. So it's not only the games and the systems, but the accessories that people are turning to me for. And I think this is the time of year to buy that stuff, because any other time of year, like, controllers will be at like their full price, and it almost makes us want to shop at like different times of year, whether it's Amazon Prime Day or Black Friday, and not any other time outside of that. So now's the time to pick up those items.
Yeah. And I know too, like you said, you don't want to be one of those people waiting around and just crossing your fingers that you might find it somewhere else better. But again, just explain to people about the Shortcut, because that's a great destination to go to kind of compare some of these different items or even learn about some of the new ones that are coming out on the market.
Yeah, Substack or Shortcut is on the Substack platform. Just go to shortcut.com. And it's now a year old. And we try to cut to the chase with the news so it's not, long and long-winded. So it has a lot of bullet points in it, a lot of use of emojis, and it's there to point you to the right place without taking up a lot of time. The point of the article is not in the 5th paragraph because we have no ads on there. So it's banner ad free. So we're trying to get people in, get people out, and get the information you want to know. And it's really just, an extension of what I was already doing on Twitter and continue to do on Twitter with the 1 million follower account, is helping people almost like a concierge service to point them in the right direction for deals.
Right. And I know we appreciate it. Any final things, Matt, that you want to mention, not only about Black Friday, but even through the weekend and looking ahead to Cyber Monday that we should know about?
Yeah, the return window is usually January 15th or the end of January for most retailers. So if you happen to see something that drops even further in price in January, do hold on to your receipt and you'll be able to take stuff back if you really want to. There's also the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas happening in early January. I'll be going to that. But sometimes they release or announce sequels to what you just bought. That's why it was heavily discounted. So definitely watch out for that, because you may want to take stuff back after you see the next version get announced, and wait for that edition and save your money for the next generation TV that may be out there.
Yeah, it's always something that you got to try to stay on top of. It's difficult to do. So we appreciate you for helping kind of break it down, keep us on top of it all. Matt Swider joining us here on Live Now from Fox. Thanks so much, Matt, and happy shopping.
Thank you. You too. Good luck.